So I had this homeless fellow reach out to me, and he said, man, I'm kind of touched by what you're doing, and I wouldn't mind being a part of it. I'd love to be able to share my story and kind of what's going on with me, because I can't get help out here. And he said, I'm going to be honest with you, man, I don't have any kind of real restrictions on helping, protesting, getting the message out, sharing what my beliefs and things are and what I see out here on the street, because I'm firsthand on the front lines of this. I get to see what's going on every day, so I wouldn't mind getting my story out there. And I said, you know what? We can make that happen. Messaged me yesterday when we were out at the little ones' volleyball games. I'm going to go pick them up and go have breakfast today. I sent somebody by yesterday. It's a subscriber here on the channel that knows the area pretty well. He took him a blanket and some food and met with him. Pre-screened him. Now me and him are going to go out there, pick him up, and I'm going to interview him. I prepped you guys. I let you know that this was going to happen. We're here right now. I'm in the car right now. We're outside of a restaurant, breakfast place. There's no need to know exactly where it's at, but we're going to take Anthony out. Remember I told you the homeless dude that we were going to talk to that kind of reached out to me on Facebook and was just kind of pouring himself out to me a little bit about his life and about what he thought and his vision and what he sees, you know, being homeless out here on the front lines of what's going on in the streets of Chicago. He had said some things to me and said he wouldn't mind talking, and I thought, you know what better than to bring you guys just the raw truth footage of what's going on the streets to talk about some of the stuff and just bring that to your doorstep. So I'd like to welcome you guys to Anthony. Anthony, how old are you?
I'm gonna be 37 next month.
37 years old, same age as me, and that hurts me honestly, because basically I'm picturing myself in his spot right now, and that don't feel good. That don't feel good at all. How long you been on the streets?
Roughly 4.5, 5 years now.
4.5, 5 years.
This is my second time.
How about all together?
All together, oh man, probably
Roughly
15, 16 years. More than
long time.
About 15, 16. I left at a young age. 15. I dropped out junior year. And kind of been out, doing my own thing at 15.
So you never finished high school?
Oh no, I did. I did. I got a job and I went back a year later to night school and actually got my diploma. I graduated from Downers North.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're originally from Chicago, like this Chicagoland area?
Yep. I was born in Resurrection Hospital, which is Harlem.
Talcott.
Or Talcott, Oriole, or somewhere.
Harlem, Talcott.
Harlem, Talcott. Yeah.
And you got a family?
I do. I did have a pretty big Italian family. At 13, I lost my grandfather, and that kind of like everybody went their own ways, I had 6 aunts and 1 uncle. Some of them are passed away. Some I don't talk to. Some pretty deep shit.
How long has it been since you spoke to any of those people about?
It's been
Years?
years. Yeah, years. Decade and a half.
Mm.
And you were saying the last time you actually worked was how long ago? Like worked for your own company, working for somebody, tax paying, whatever.
Probably going on about 6.5, 7 years ago.
And you were saying that was like moving company,
yeah, I
right?
started my own company called Anthony's Movers. Did a lot of work. It was amazing stuff. I put my everything into it, and I would talk to people via email, on the phone, or something like that, and I'd show up fully tatted, wearing Jordans and a white tee and Nike shorts, and hey, how you doing? I'm Anthony, and just the look on their face sometimes, like the same Anthony that owns this company, and the same Anthony I've been talking to on the phone and emails, and they're impressed just because of the way I handled myself, and that made me really proud. And everything was based off of people's comments and their feedback on how we did the job. So that's how I got more jobs, by providing great, excellent customer service, and
What happened to change that, Anthony? How did you get from there to here?
I had I had to have my appendix removed. I was having trouble breathing, and I went to the hospital, and I hate hospitals. So, like, it took me a lot to get there, and they were telling me I'm going through surgery, and I'm going to have my appendix removed. And at the time, I was operating my company and working at another place, like 50-something hours a week. So I was doing really good. I had an apartment, a child on the way, a couple of cars, you know. I had my life, you know, where it needed to be. And at that time, I actually had 6 years clean from the first 10 years that I was on the streets from 15 on, you know. And I got clean, and when I had to go to have my appendix removed, they gave me a 30-day prescription for, I think, Tylenol 3, half Vicodin and Tylenol or something. And never thought about relapse and, you know, all that shit, you know. And that really fucked me up because I should have, you know, I should have known better. Definitely should have known better. And I relapsed, and for a couple years, I tried to hide it, tried to, you know, maintain a healthy drug lifestyle, and it did not work. And so here I am now.
What was the point where you like what made you end up on the street, like, itself? Like, when were you like, damn, I'm gonna have to live on the street now, and I'm gonna have to try to figure this out?
I mean, you asked about family. That's when I lost the only family I had, which was, you know, my daughter's mother, and I call her my little stepdaughter, but her other kid. When we couldn't pay our rent, when I forced us, you know, to lose everything because of my drug addiction, and she couldn't afford to take care of me and kids. She had to move back with her parents, and, you know, I had nothing but my van. And that's, you know, after my van got totaled, I was definitely on the streets then. So me being in the position I was, I put, you know, my daughter, another child, and their mother in a position that they shouldn't have been in. And that's what kind of, you know, drove me to being homeless. Like I said, I stayed in my van and it got totaled.
How is she doing now? How's your daughter doing now?
She's fucking great. I thank somebody every day that she's got the mother she has, because that lady, you know, she's a fucking strong woman, and I'm blessed that my child is, you know, in her care.
She in, like, sports and stuff like that, or is she getting into that kind of stuff, or what?
A little girl.
Yeah, what type? Is she like a girly girl, or is she a tomboy girl?
She's definitely a little girly girl. She's always posing, you know.
Yeah.
She's adorable. I love her. She's amazing. Definitely amazing.
And how long did you know her mother before you guys actually, you know, like, kicked it off and started doing the nasty to have a kid or something like that, and just came along? Did you know her mother long term before you guys got together, or was it just kind of like started dating and it happened?
No, I think we were together, I want to say roughly a good year before maybe even a little longer before she got pregnant. And I mean, at that time, you know, I had the job and, you know, the moving thing going on, and
but she wasn't like a high school friend or something like that?
Oh, no, I'm not even gonna lie. We met on a dating website.
Yeah,
that's plenty of fish.
Yeah, don't lie about it.
Yeah, no, never. Like, you know, and
I met my old lady on a site like that before, and it seems to be the thing now. I've met quite a few people lately, older, I would say, probably in their 50s and stuff, that have also met people on. So I don't feel ashamed by it.
No reason.
She was so gorgeous. I thought she was one of those, when you send a message that you're gonna get send your credit card.
Yeah, some kind of spam or something. I
literally thought she was spam.
That's a compliment. Yeah, that's a good compliment.
She's an amazing person.
And, you know, with you in the position that you are, and kind of going through what you've gone through, you're on the streets. You get to see a lot of stuff here on the streets. You know, what is your daily look like? Your day to day.
So you're gonna wake up next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. About what time? What do you do? What do you do the rest of the day?
I'm up pretty early. I wake up around, you know, anywhere in between about 5:30 and 6, because I don't know how much those metro trains weigh, but I got tons of metal rolling over my head every morning for hours. So I'm up pretty early, depending on if I'm gonna be able to go and clean up at this pallet yard, or, you know, I'll go and find pallets or something, you know, to cash in. You get a couple bucks. I think it's like $2.50 now for a 4-way, $1 for any other type of pallet.
Yeah, the price dropped.
Yeah, definitely. It and everything else, I can hardly even afford McDonald's now. you know, inflation.
Okay. We're gonna go eat and we'll be right back.
I'm good. How'd you know about this place? You been here before?
It was deaf and mute, and he talked on the phone.
So do people still live up here, like homeless people under this bridge?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen them.
How many years ago was it that you lived
This
under
was
it?
over 15 years ago. I stayed underneath this bridge, but as soon as we cross
there's a lot of
on the
room.
right, you'll probably see some tents at the gate.
Yeah, I
used to
see
cross
the
to
gate.
right there. Well, maybe not.
It looks like they maybe cleaned it all up now.
Do you think they put those fences up to
Definitely different from when I
keep
used to
people
stay
out?
there.
I didn't tell you about it, but we're gonna go get you some clothes too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you out and buy you some clothes and make sure you got some shit so you can feel and look halfway decent.
I appreciate that.
Keep the receipts and cut the tags off.
Yeah. So, yeah. You're good. So, we were talking about your normal schedule when we walked into breakfast.
Right.
What does a normal day look like for you again? You said you get up 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, roughly around that time, and you know, basically just try to survive. Whether it's, I mean,
Oh.
What does that mean?
unfortunately, it's right now chasing a bag of dope every day, so that I'm what's that behind you? So I'm not going through the withdrawals. But that's become a point in my life to where I'm
How
I'd
much
rather
money
not.
is a bag of dope?
$10, $20 at the most. If I can even make that, and like I mentioned, my friend, she's a woman, so she makes better money. I'm a grown ass man. I tell anybody to go get a fucking job instead of begging.
Yeah.
And
Well, you do go do some stuff sometimes. You know somebody
yeah.
where you can go clean up and sweep and stuff
Right.
like that. They give you some cash for
collect
Could you make-
pallets, anything, metal.
you recycle shit.
Recycle shit. I try to keep
But-
things as legal as possible, but I do have the background.
But
that,
addiction is a little bit of an issue here. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not super bad, but you do require or not require, but you do have the need for some type of substance to keep yourself straight every single day.
something, yeah.
Something.
It's something.
Yeah, and it's you said a bag of dope a day.
Yeah.
About.
$10 or $20.
Yeah.
And that'll be split between me and my friend that stays with me in the tent.
So that's pretty much all you do during the day is you try to come up with that money.
Come up
What-
with that money, chase that dream.
Whether that would be panhandling or it would be scrapping or recycling,
Basically,
whatever.
that's really it. Or in my case, in the earlier years, I did a lot of retail theft, which brought me to, I think 4 or 5 convicted felonies for that.
Yeah.
You did or you do or both?
No, not anymore. I'm looking at least
Well, you said you did.
a couple of years. Yeah. No, it's been. If I can get a hold of my record, I see the last time. I think it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the last time I got arrested. Like the warrants that I have now, for instance, are from 4 or 5 years ago.
And you've tried to get help for this
I've
several
turned
times.
myself in twice. If you're a criminal, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
You know what warrants or what activities, play the system or play stupid. You know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing at least. I can own up to it.
So that, so you've tried to check yourself into rehab and stuff, and you feel like they just try to make you better with just forcing pills down you and stuff like that. And
pushing Suboxone, methadone. I'd rather go cold turkey.
yeah,
And they allow that, but then it'd get 3-4 days into it, and I say this to kind of be, to make a point. But after 3-4 days, I'm ready to kick down the Virgin Mary's door to get a $10 bill to go get a bag. It's that.
And then you just check yourself out then, or whatever.
And then I just walk out because most of the places I go to,
And
you can just walk out.
Yeah, they can't.
No,
keep you on-
like Haymarket's right down the street from me. I've been to that place 4 or 5 times. never made it out that blue room, which is like a 7-day deal.
Right.
Are there places that won't let you leave? Or that's against the law?
I'm sure, but I'm not. I'm definitely. I'd take myself to jail for anything like I just did this June. You know.
Yeah.
And when I turned myself in June, I had 3 warrants in 3 different counties.
What about
now I'm down to 2.
what about other necessities that we don't know about? Like you're on some assistance to get food.
Yep. I got a thing card.
Yeah. So link card.
How much is that about?
$291 a month.
And the person that's with you, does she collect anything as well?
No, she actually. You know, everybody has their own little story, but
Right.
with her husband dying, I guess she went and tried to apply it, and they were like, "Well, we need a proof of, you know, death, like a death certificate."
Yeah.
So, you know, she's got the government phone like me.
Yeah.
She actually helped me get that because she knew somebody who helped her out with it.
So he's got what he explained is there are people that are kind of like in the city to figure out people in need
Passing out
and
these phones.
passing out these phones, and they're just some type of government phone or whatever that they help people with the need. And
But you gotta make if you're on Medicaid like I am, or you got food stamps or
Right.
any sort of government assistance. And that's what I got to qualify for that.
yeah.
That's one good thing.
So you were able to pick it up there. We're gonna break because it's kind of cold out here. We're gonna walk in here. I'm gonna go ahead and treat him to some clothes. I feel like he needs some new clothes, some clean clothes, and I feel like that's something that we should be doing for people in the community that are homeless and taking care of them instead of putting millions of dollars into people that shouldn't be here. So I'm trying to do my part, get the story and stuff out there as much as possible. We need to be taking care of our own instead of taking care of everybody else. And I felt like after he reached out to me, it's kind of part of my responsibility as well to go out there and do something about it, especially somebody that's asking for help. So we're gonna go in here and get some clothes. I'll see y'all when we get done. Got some underwear for him, got some socks for him. Buy one, get one half off. May as well.
It was a compliment sort of, basically.
This is what we ended up getting him. We got him a multi-charger for the different phones when they go to the McDonald's to charge. Got him some winter boots. I actually kept the bags for the underwear and the shoes and everything so nobody can try to return stuff. I took all the tags off the pants and stuff like that so I could keep everything so there's no temptation to try to get money or cash for the stuff I bought for him, and he has to keep this stuff. So how do you feel about the whole all these migrants coming in, they're receiving all this assistance and stuff like that right out the gate, but the homeless people and stuff here on the streets, they're really not getting a ton of assistance like that. Like, they might throw some food stamps or something their way to get them to shut up and feel comfortable a little bit, but that doesn't really fix anybody's problems. But when they're giving thousands and thousands of dollars away to these illegals and housing and trying to find them jobs and stuff like that, but yet a link card is supposed to make somebody happy, how do you feel about that?
It doesn't make anybody happy because, you know, I had to jump through hoops to get my link card. And sometimes not having an ID, not having a proper address, things of that may or may not affect it. Like I mentioned, my friend, her husband died. They said he was somehow still attached to her because they were legally married and she needed proof of his death certificate. So again, they're making her jump through hoops to get a fucking $2.91 allowance food stamps. But from what I know, these people have cash in their hands. I've seen them at McDonald's. How are these people just coming here pulling out hundreds and 20s in their pocket? It makes no sense. Like I mentioned, the stimulus checks. Me and my friend have not received any. I haven't received one stimulus check. You know, and I'm not. Again, it's not about necessarily the money, the cash.
I would guess a migrant wouldn't have an ID or a phone number, right?
Allegedly, they all got phones. They came to this. They're in the area where I go and sit and charge my phones every day. They're right down the street on Carroll and Ogden, which is literally right behind the McDonald's. That place is packed with immigrants, and there's new faces every day. And they all got kids, 2-3 kids. They all got phones. They all got these bags of clothes. That park right there, I think it's Union Park, where Biden was just by a couple weeks ago. Like, people are coming over there and just giving these people everything. And it's not so much that they're giving them everything, like they're giving them every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And these people are like, they're running to it. They're giving haircuts and shit to them. They're giving them fucking they're wearing brand new ass Nikes, brand new ass everything.
Yeah.
So
You know?
you've said it, but you really haven't maybe been clear enough for me anyway. But how do you feel about that? Was the question. I mean, it's obviously.
Does it piss you off? Does it make you mad? Does it make you sad?
It angers me. It definitely angers me, and it's to the point where I told my friend, because she'd bring it up. You know, they're walking by me with a sign, begging for money and shit, and that's taken from her panhandling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I don't want to fucking hear it because it makes me mad. It really, really makes me angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to see how I'm being treated and disrespected. Like, these people, they're disrespectful too. They've been very disrespectful to me.
They are.
If I was to bring my daughter, who is 6, and have her stand outside with a sign, panhandling, there would be severe repercussions for me. As an American,
She'd be taken away from you.
she'd be taken away from me. Dead ass.
But these people are out here
And
they're
they
using
literally,
their.
I haven't, you know, I put a camera in one of their faces, because this dude's a grown ass man. He's got his kids sitting there. It's cold. The kids are crying. Standing outside the McDonald's. I would be outside that same McDonald's asking for food, and that manager lady, and I put her on blast several times too, for treating me like shit. I'm asking for food. I'm not begging for money. You know, you'd be surprised. You ask somebody for a burger, right away they're shaking their head no. When they hear you ask for a burger, they're like, oh shit, yeah, well, come on in. You know. Now, these people, they're standing there with their kids in the front, in the front of the drive-thru, the back of the drive-thru, in front of the restaurant, in the restaurant. I've seen them come and give these people free food. But they want to come and mistreat me and my toothless ass and my white toothless friend because we're out here homeless. And it really upsets me, because this isn't like a couple families worth came here. They're fucking everywhere, bro.
Thousands.
They're everywhere.
When you said they come out and bring them food, do you mean they, McDonald's, or people going to McDonald's?
People specifically
Customers.
at McDonald's. No, like this manager lady.
Oh, so it's
She's
McDonald's,
got
the company,
She's got
doing
such a
it.
fake ass accent. Like, let's say the order number's 252. She'd be like, 252. She really puts an effort to sound as if she's fucking foreign. But I guarantee you, she has something to personally come to say to me. She's gonna say that with a very clean ass English spoken tone and everything. You know, no.
I've seen that before.
No faking it. And she's coming giving these people food.
I think to an extent it's kind of natural for you to like hear somebody else talk different than you, and you kind of assimilate to an extent on how they talk, you know, but I understand what you're saying as well. Like, it's almost like she caters to them but treats you completely different.
Really going
And
over it,
I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally. I say
Right.
that as a joke, but it's the truth. I'm Sicilian and Puerto Rican myself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, one of the people that I go and sweep up for, he's Mexican and works with nothing but Mexicans, and they've given me a chance, you know. But
That's who you make a couple dollars with here and there by cleaning up and kind of working a little
and he's
bit.
younger than me, but he sees my wanting to try and to do better, and you know, it's.
So, I'm asking a question that you weren't anticipating. I'm asking this to Rich. What are you hoping someone might see this and offer Anthony a job or something? What?
Yeah, I'm hoping somebody will see it and offer Anthony a job in the area. I'm hoping somebody will see this and have enough compassion and caringness in their heart to see that we need to help homeless people more.
Personally, like I mentioned, I'm toothless or I'm losing my teeth. Like, I wouldn't even need anybody's assistance really if I had. It's not even if I had a perfect set of teeth, but if I could actually walk into an interview and I'm not asking for sympathy. You know, this is my problem. This is my fault.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't need that assistance, and it's.
You want to make yourself more presentable so you can actually find a job.
I do, and I've made the phone calls, and I got the notes and my notebooks and things, and I just got my Medicaid card not too long ago, so I'm finding all that out. You know, you need to do it for yourself.
But I don't know.
And that's what I feel needs to be on my end. I want to show that you can't just expect fucking handouts, and for the people that need them aren't getting them. Like, this is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You've seen the thing about the turkeys. You've seen it in New York. You know, the families that are starving already that rely on weekly.
There was that report where they they had the turkeys and the Thanksgiving food and stuff for the
10:30,
people.
11 o'clock.
They told them like 10:30, 11 o'clock is when the start was, but the news article said that they let the migrants show up like an hour early or half hour early, and they went through all the food. So the people that were locally homeless and needed the help didn't even get the help.
And they're fighting with us, and you know they're not.
And it's not just there. It's not just there. It's a lot of these places that give donations to people in need are all donated out
they're
because
sticking their children in those green donation boxes. You know the boxes that people put the clothes
Yeah.
in? They're sticking their kids in there. Like,
And they're
if
letting
I
their
stuck
kids
my
throw
kid in a
everything
box
out.
like that,
Yeah.
I'd be in prison.
yeah.
So, is there a way that someone who's watching that might want to help Anthony or people like Anthony can? What would they do?
I think the next step for him would be I can't speak for him, but there's a couple different options. Get him off the street. You know, focus on getting clean, and it's not easy. I understand it's not easy, but and also getting a job. Those are the three things. Now, which one comes first? It's got to be probably moving him into a place so he can actually clean himself and bathe himself and make sure he's presentable and stuff like that. So when he goes to find these jobs, he can go look and have a place to come back to. Now, where do you go from there? You know, what is the next step? I can't speak for you, but it needs to be your.
And Anthony, this may not sound nice, but it's not. It's a good thing what I'm about to say. I think some of it is in your mind. I mean, you know, you referred yourself to toothless, homeless, whatever. You just look like a regular guy to me. So I mean, I don't know if you went to apply for a job as the president of IBM, if that may not be the best thing, but a lot of people would hire you. I think.
Are you religious by any means? You believe in God?
I believe in God. Yes, I do. I definitely believe in God. I mean, top three, definitely getting clean first. You know, I have to take care of myself and get off of. You know, I don't even like to call it heroin because it's not heroin. It's everything's laced with fentanyl, and I need to get that's. Luckily, I've gotten myself to the point where I'm not doing that much. I'm not injecting multiple bags every day.
Injecting?
Shooting up, whatever. You know, injecting it.
Sniffing now.
Now, I've been snorting it, sniffing it, and between my friend and I, like $20. If that's the maximum we got, we'll split that just to make sure that. It's not even to make sure that we're fine, but yeah, so we're not throwing up and shitting on ourselves. And now with this fentanyl, it's really all. It's.
Didn't you say you OD'd recently?
Yeah, when I went to jail, this was the worst withdrawal. I was throwing up green shit for three days straight. I didn't eat nothing, didn't sleep, nothing. And you know, I've kicked on the concrete floor in county jail many a times. I've been to jail multiple times and had gone through withdrawals, but never like this last time. And you know, I can try. I turned myself in and expected, you know, to be different.
So what are you ready to do? Like so you know that your situation is far from great. What would you like it to be? I know it's not going to be an overnight thing, but you know, let's say over the next few weeks, few months, whatever. How do you hope to change it, or where do you see yourself in 3, 4, 5 months? You know, hopefully less. Anthony.
Well, it's all not given this certain situation and the circumstances that we're in. Where I was going with it is like, yeah, I want to get clean. I want to get off the streets, and I want to be not just like washed, but like without doing a half a bag or a bag of dope a day, not snorting anything. You know, waking up and being able to just function as a normal person, and that's going to take a while because I've been damaging my body for so long.
I understand.
And with that, you know, again, not including this situation here with you guys, how I just met you guys, and the help you have already given me. I want to go get my teeth fixed. I want to get the teeth pulled so I can actually eat a fucking decent meal. It's like I gotta pick and choose for that. And my self-perception, how you look at myself, I mentioned if my shadow looks good, I'm happy. You know, if I wasn't looking how I was looking, I'd work 2-3 jobs like I have in the past, and I would do what I had to do.
Well, I would guess if you were in the situation you are and you were just happy-go-lucky and thought the world was a bowl of cherries, something would be wrong with you. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Your situation is one that would make you feel that way.
And this is nobody's fault but my own. I put this on my own self.
Okay.
You know, it's such as the immigrants that came here, they came on their own free will. You know, I put dope in my body. They crossed border after border to get here. You know, I've commented on one person's video, you know, what did they expect? A single family home, a car, and a bank account? Because that's not how shit rolls here. If I haven't, Thanksgiving just passed. This is the first time in the 4.5, 5 years that I've been here that people haven't come and wanted to pray and bring me food or a sandwich or a hot meal or something to represent what I guess you would say normal people have Thanksgiving, you know, for dinner.
It's all going to the
And today is a special day.
I haven't gotten anything.
Today's a special day for your family in a way, isn't it?
It is. Today is my daughter's birthday. And my birthday is exactly 1 month after hers. She was born December 3rd. I was born January 3rd.
How old is she?
She's 6.
You want to say anything to her here, so maybe you can share this part of the video with her, and her mother can maybe fast forward it to this part, so you can say something to her?
Well, I really hope to give her, you know, a father again before anything. And, you know, like her mother always tells me she wants to give her a childhood that she doesn't have to recover from. And that's something that resonates with me a lot. And I just want Aria, which is her name, I want her to know that I love her. And I always love her. And I never stop thinking about her. And, you know, it drives me crazy to put her out of my mind and thought process, because it hurts me so much, the pain that I've caused her. And she really doesn't know. If it wasn't for her mother lying to her that I'm working or I'm out of state or something, you know, like my little girl looks, I'm her superhero and she doesn't even know me.
Well, it sounds like she has two people who love her, and her mother is doing a really
And I'm
good
thankful
job.
for her. I'm extremely thankful for her, and I tell her mother all the time. And you know, she knows. Like, I could have knocked up anybody or gotten anybody pregnant. You know, and you could have had a, you know, like my mother, a crackhead for a mother growing up. You know, things like that. So yeah.
Anthony, there are people that think that many or some or all people who are homeless really, if they could get help, wouldn't even want it. But it sounds like you don't feel that way. Yeah.
No, you gotta want it. You definitely gotta
And you
want
do
it.
want it. Is that true? Is that
I
correct?
definitely want it. And I have made attempts and I have failed multiple times. And
Now, you said something earlier that really, really, really resonated with me. And you said something about 90-some% is what you feel like of people, homeless people on the street, is because of some type of addiction or something like that.
yeah. There's definitely, I mean, other than the immigrants now, you know, there's nobody out there panhandling who's got 6 kids sleeping under the bridge like I am, you know. All these signs, whatever somebody puts on a sign, and I'm only speaking from what I've seen. But most of these people out here are smoking crack, they're shooting dope, they're smoking meth. Meth is, like I just said a couple minutes ago, that shit blew up, and that's crazy. But, you know, alcohol addiction. I don't know anybody out here that's just out here homeless like that. Just, you know, I mean, if I was to be homeless like that, I'd want to go somewhere like, you know, in the forest somewhere, you know, somewhere where I'm in nature, be away from this city. But if you're out here for a reason, because you easy access to the public transportation. I'm 15 minutes away on the Green Line from my typical dope spot, you know, panning out here, all these off ramps, all these streets that got, you know, a lot of, majority of these people that are out here are homeless are by choice.
So,
you know?
if you were to get, maybe it's the wrong choice of words, but a normal job, you know, whatever, 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, whatever the case might be, you think you'd be able to get to that job somehow with a bus or however?
I wouldn't want to risk it until I was clean.
Okay.
You know, that's jeopardizing a lot of, that's putting my name on the line. And now, because this, you know, me reaching out to Rich, you know, it's putting his name on the line.
No, I respect
it.
You know, being honest.
Yeah, you know, if I could pass a drug test, then I could definitely succeed in the job. You know,
that's what we need to do. Is we need to get you clean first.
And
what do you feel like when you feel like you need to use? What are you typically thinking about? What typically triggers the fact that you want to use right then and there?
Are you depressed? Are you shaking? Are you?
Well, like I was kind of trying to say, you know, the thought of just how I fucked up in my life, you know. I don't even like my friend. She's got 5 kids of her own, and you know, like I don't have topics of conversation that involve my daughter because it kills me that much. And you know, and doing a bag of dope doesn't take away that, but it
Escape from reality.
it's an escape from reality in a major part. It sounds shitty coming out of my mouth, but
it is what it is. It's the truth. It's the truth, and that's what we want here. Is we want the rawness of it. And seeing as that you don't have to use multiple times a day like everybody else, this is kind of a good sign that it's the minimum, but it's still not an excuse to do it, you know,
right,
by
no.
any means. But where we're at now is, now you're going to be out there. People are going to see, thousands of people are going to see your story all over the place. They're going to want to see some kind of intervention and expect some kind of change. Now, you know, if I have to show up here and fucking drag you out of the motherfucker and oozing out green shit out of your nose to try to fucking and help keep you stable or whatever to get you to a better spot in life, that's what I'll fucking do. But it's a matter of you wanting to put the time into. You got to be at that spot in your life where you're like, I don't give a shit what it takes. I'm going to do it right now because I have people now. People are going to be interested in me. They're going to be worried about me. They're going to want to help me, and I can't slap them in the face and then go back to where I was and keep resetting and doing this, because eventually people are going to walk out of your life. You got people coming back in your life now, and now you got to use that to move forward, to get back to Aria, to get back to that point in your life where you're proud of what you're doing, and she could look at you and say, hi, Dad. Good morning, Dad. I love you, Dad. Good night, sweetie. You know, I'm going to work. I'll see you later, or whatever it is, or something like that. You need to get back to those moments in life, but you have to find that in yourself to say, I'm not making a single fucking excuse anymore. I don't want to do any of that. I know right now I have to change, and this is what has to be done. You got to get to that spot first.
Are you there?
I believe so. I do. You know, I do.
And you know at 10 o'clock tonight, 11 o'clock tonight, when you're thinking about going to get that fucking bag, you're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call, you're going to text me.
I will.
Or you're going to jump online and you're going to look at this video and you're going to see all the people in the comment section that are reaching out to you that are worried and that are thankful somebody's trying to help you, and they're going to be wanting to help you, and you're going to find rejoice and resignation in those comments and stuff from those people out there that are trying to pull for you. And if there are people that watch this that want to leave an email or something like that and exchange the phone number so you can text them every once in a while as support, that would be absolutely amazing. But you're going to have these people wanting to do this. Don't do them wrong. Pick up the phone and actually call or text somebody or something like that and be like, hey, I just need to talk.
I don't know the answer to this. Are they able somehow to not put that in the comments and like email you, Rich, or something? But what if they don't want to tell the world what they want to get?
Yes, they can email me, and then I can take their contact information and get it to Anthony.
I understand. Okay.
I want to go see his place.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is there anything else you want to see before we go out here into the noise and stuff like that? You want to say anything at all?
Just real quick, you know, growing up, people always say sleep on it and things like that. And the last 2 mornings that I messaged you, like, I've never woke up feeling more determined and more ready to do something to change myself.
That's amazing.
And
that's where it all starts.
It's getting stronger and stronger by the day. And you know, to be honest, as you were saying what you were just saying, I couldn't help but think, like, you know, this is real right now. This isn't this. It's scary. You know, it's really scary to think about.
It is.
You dragging me out of the tent, whether I'm, you know, eating green shit or whatever or not. But you know, my heart's racing so fast right now. I'm like shaking. But it's mainly because
you want change.
I do definitely want change.
I imagine maybe it's scary, but maybe it's exciting too.
It's very
It is
exciting.
because you just had 2 people come into your life that were never in your life before, that actually care about you, that want to help you, and you're like, why? For what?
You know, most people aren't assholes. I mean,
Yeah.
There's enough of assholes out there.
I've
Most
come
people are
across
nice.
a lot of good people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real good-hearted people, and
And you got to be scared as well to be like, what the fuck do these guys want from me, man? What? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you reached out to me and you were talking to me about some activism stuff that you wanted to be a part of in the future and stuff like that, and about, you know, some patriotic protesting stuff you wanted to be involved in, which we'll talk about that in the future. But the main thing was you reached out to me and you said you wanted to change your life. You wanted to change the way that you lived and that you were wanting to communicate that and possibly see where we can go from there. And most people don't ask for help, but you did. You said let's see where we can go with this. Let's get some help going on here.
Yeah, that was honestly pretty hard. You know, pretty hard to do.
So you're a strong guy. That's good. You could do it.
I know you can do it. I feel like you can. You're very educated. I can tell that when you're messaging me and stuff, you actually communicate very clearly and you're very articulate with what message you want to get out to somebody. So I don't think that even like a customer service position or a communication like I told him, I said in the future if he gets clean or something like that, I'll offer him a service advisor's position at the shop where he's actually talking and selling jobs and stuff to the customers about what's wrong with their cars and stuff like that. I feel like he would be the right guy that could actually communicate with other people, knowing that they're going through hardships and having to spend thousands of dollars sometimes is a very emotional thing. Mm-hmm. So he might be the person. He might be the person to be able to relate to that and get that message across to them. Like, hey, unfortunately, this is the situation we're in, and this is what it's going to cost, and be more sympathetic than somebody else that's never dealt with something like that. So, anyway,
makes sense.
I want to go check this.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
let's
check
get the
his
tour.
house out over here, and
Thank you.
and then.
We have
You
some
guys,
stuff in the trunk for
yeah,
him,
we
too.
got to get him his clothes and stuff over there, and we had a good breakfast. The place was actually phenomenal. I was surprised.
It was really good. The depot was really
It's a little small joint, just to kind of. I don't want to give the area away of where he's at and stuff like that, because I don't want random weirdos showing up and stuff and trying to find him. But you can find him through me. You guys want to do anything, do it through me. So I appreciate you guys. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna check his house out real quick.
You gonna show that?
Under the bridge, huh?
We're gonna show. There's gonna video.
I'm not gonna flip it around right now. I'll
The
do.
house though. I mean.
Yeah, we're gonna go video it. So that's where we're at here. It's just a orange tent, big old orange tent.
Yeah. Definitely most people don't have
Sleeping bag down here. Is that like an air mattress in the bottom of that?
No, actually, it's a couple pillows.
Oh.
They're like,
Okay, good.
you know, they go on like a lawn chair or something. A bunch of blankets, sleeping bags. Light setup.
Oh yeah, it does go kind of bright.
Yeah, right? But, sleep well, you gotta be productive.
I see a hood come out. It's like a first.
Yeah.
So they graffitied it?
They just did that recently, yeah. A couple nights ago.
Scumbags. Were you in there?
I thought I heard something when I was sleeping. It sounded like something, and
Got a file cabinet in here.
dude, I mean, it honestly helped hold down the fort. You know, a couple of my hats,
Yeah.
paperwork.
What's your dresser?
This is my junk drawer. You know,
What's your
Yeah.
dresser?
a little bit of everything. Some charcoal, so if I want to cook.
Yeah.
A little bit of food.
Don't nobody ever bother you though?
Yeah, I get bothered occasionally. I've had some people come and
They try to get you
open
to.
this up at night, so I tie it shut, and then from the inside here.
They don't try to get you to move or anything.
Oh no, I haven't been harassed.
You mean like the city or the police?
Yeah, like the city.
I was
or,
honestly expecting them. I've been here, like I said, a year, and I've been expecting, no, you gotta go,
yeah.
because they do it to the people that stay at Clinton and Lake. I got my little library over here, all my books,
Yeah.
books and stuff. I got a fireplace.
Reading over there.
Yeah. Keep all my clothes in little carry case.
Got some books and stuff he reads.
Yeah, I've had this thing blow away a few times. That's why most of that shit's in there, to kind of hold it down. Yeah.
That's Well, guys, I'm gonna let him go back to his normal life. We spent the better part of the morning together, and wanted to just show you a little bit of somebody else's life. reach out to the homeless people, help some of the homeless people. Do what you can when you can, and just give you a perspective from them, and basically what they feel with everything that's going on, with all the handouts and stuff that's been given to the illegals coming here, but yet they don't really get any handouts, and the help that they get is minimal. It's just enough to keep them quiet so they don't complain about things, but really, the illegals end up living better than these guys do. The only reason he has what he has is because he's been homeless so long, having to sell food stamps for cash or whatever, trying to make some extra money so he can buy some things to stay educated, read books, and no heat, sleeps with somebody else at night to help share body heat and stuff like that. But overall, it's just sad. All right, guys, we're going to close this up. It's been an eventful morning. We've got to meet an incredible person here, sharing his story with us and stuff like that. It's not easy to do. It leaves you very vulnerable to thousands of people all over the world, and he definitely did that this morning. He's trying to change his life, trying to make things better for himself, for his family, get back in his daughter's life. Any last things you got to say before we get out of here?
I really appreciate both of you.
Thank you.
Your, giving me a nice meal today. The clothes and the shoes. I want to say happy birthday to Aria, and I hope this is a good birthday for you, and I can be there for many more to come, and be your daddy again, and and make people proud, the ones that are here helping me in the future as well.
Yeah, the next step, trying to stay as clean as possible. I know cold turkey, you said, is the best way to do it, but remember, you're going to have a lot of support. So pick up the phone, make the phone call, send a message. I need to talk to somebody, whatever it is. Make the call, okay? All right?
I'll give you my word that I'll definitely do that.
Do the best you can, man. It's all you can do. All right, guys. I'm off here, and that's it. That's what we got for you today. I hope you loved it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was a little inspiring for you to go out and help other people. Hope you participate. Find and go out to people in your local communities and figure out what's going on with them. Reach out to them, ask, and some of you, the homeless people out there that are watching this video, do what Anthony did. Reach out to somebody that you see online that may need help. And if it just takes one time or 500 times to get help, keep reaching out. Eventually it'll happen. If you're not trying, well, then you're not doing nothing for yourself. So I love you all. Be blessed. Take care and have an amazing day.